can we just take a minute to talk about art styles? This is something that resonates with me on a very personal level. A little while back I did a Q&A video and offered for you guys to ask questions in the comments, and I would answer them in a future video. How do you make an art style, and can you change the style later on? I felt like this needed to be a separate video on its own because there is a lot that you can talk about concerning art styles. This is a very personal question for me because all of 2015 I committed my artwork to finding my art style, and when I finally thought I had found it, it changed without me even meaning to. So I don't feel like this is a question that can be answered in a sentence or two. First, we have to understand what an art style is. And an art style is something that defines the artist to where you look at their artwork and you know what artist created it. Take Thomas Kinkade, for example. This is one of Thomas Kinkade's works, and all of his paintings are the same. They all have this style of being extremely detailed and very vibrant in color. And every time I see a painting like this, I know it's a Thomas Kinkade. And I've noticed a lot of young artists, including myself, have tried at a very early stage in our art skills to try so hard to find this artistic style, when for some artists it can take 10 or 20 years. It can get frustrating when you see other artists and you envy them because they're the same age as you or maybe even younger than you, and they already seem to have everything figured out and they have this amazing art style that you love. In reality, we all find our styles at different phases, and it's not something that can be forced. For that whole year that I spent trying to find my style, I confined myself to one way of thinking and one way of creating artwork, and I forced myself to stick to one style that kept me from branching out to new things. And so I think it actually crippled my learning experience because I was trying so hard to find my style in that year. All throughout 2016, I started to understand that an art style isn't something that you can find, but rather your art style finds you. My favorite artistic quote, and I don't know who originally said it, was, "You have to know the rules before you can break them." This just means that you have to understand composition, values, proportions, anatomy, just every basic rule of artwork is something you need to have and understand by heart before you can branch out and turn that into an artistic style. I tried to jump straight into a style and it showed through because my anatomy wasn't accurate, the shading wasn't accurate because I didn't understand lighting, and there were so many things that were inconsistent because I didn't spend the time with the foundationals. So all throughout 2016, I discarded the idea of trying to find my art style for the most part, and I just focused on learning. I took courses from professional artists on how to create good compositions. I took courses on how to create environment designs. I also took courses on how to draw portraits, and I took a lot of courses, I watched a lot of videos, and I just learned. No worrying about finding styles and no worrying about finding something that defines you as an artist. I just learned. And I don't even think I can say that I've still found my art style yet, but I feel like I'm getting there. When you stop thinking about it and you just create artwork, you start to see consistency with how you do things. Some of them might be flaws that you need to correct, but some of them might be things that you can incorporate into a future style. I guess this also ties into the second part of the question, can you change your style? I hope that you don't assume that when you choose an art style, you're stuck with it. I don't think any artist specifically chooses an art style. Like I said, I think the style finds you, and it doesn't ever stay the same. People get frustrated because they can't find their art style, and I think that it is a constantly developing process. I don't think that there is a fixed point in your life where you say, yes, this is my art style. I think that it is something that develops as you develop as an artist. It can be when you're young, you're totally into anime and you want to draw manga and all kind of Japanese style artwork, and as you get older you start to get a better understanding of anatomy and realistic faces and realistic proportions, and then that starts to develop into a more cartoon style and less anime, and then it just keeps developing as you get older. So I don't know if any of us have a specific art style or have found our art styles, but in the sense We just have to make art and let the style come to us. So I hope everyone watching this just spends less time worrying about finding their style and more time just learning artwork, because that was the mistake I made. I made the mistake of just trying so hard to find my style and have something that defined me as an artist that I missed out on a lot of opportunities to learn. So I hope everyone watching this understands how important it is to learn the fundamentals of drawing before you look into finding art style. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If it was, be sure to like it and also comment down below and tell me what you think. How do you think people find their art styles? And also, have you found yours, or do you think you have found your style? So be sure to comment all your thoughts down below. I read every comment and I love to hear what you guys have to say. If you're new around here, I create new art videos every single Friday and Sunday. On Fridays, I do art discussions like this one. I also do tutorials, speed paints, art challenges, all kinds of crazy things go down on this channel. And I also take suggestions from you guys, so if you have any ideas for future videos, be sure to comment them down below. And on Sundays is Sketchbook Sundays, and every week I review my sketchbook drawings from that week and show you what I've learned throughout the week. And so be sure to stick around for that. So if you're new around here, be sure to hit subscribe somewhere on the screen. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys Sunday.